Chosen one, there is an important reason you were guided to watch this message in complete privacy. Right now, stop whatever you are doing, stop scrolling, and set aside every distraction. If you are in a crowded place or surrounded by noise, find a quiet space or save this message to return to later. Because what is about to be delivered requires full presence, not half attention. God is interrupting your schedule to say something you cannot hear in fragments. This is not background noise for your next plans, but a divine intervention that only carries meaning when you are in stillness. Perhaps you have noticed your mind has been louder than usual lately, your spirit feeling suffocated even when you are alone. That is not random stress, but spiritual activity unfolding. You were pulled here separated from other people's opinions and energies to understand why you must remain silent a little longer. These truths are too personal and powerful to be diluted by any outside interference. Share a line of reflection so we can resonate in energy and encourage one another on this spiritual journey. Isolation, not loneliness, but insulation. Chosen one, when you feel separated from the world around you, do not rush to conclude that it is loneliness, depression, or that you are becoming antisocial. In reality, this is a spiritual process of insulation. God is wrapping you in a cocoon to protect you from noise, drama, and the expectations of others. This isolation is a necessary barrier because you are in the process of formation and re-establishment. You are being upgraded at a level so deep it cannot take place in public or through ordinary conversations. If you try to explain this process to those who do not understand, the power of the transformation will be diluted. Removing the audience and emptying the room is how you are protected during this critical transition. Private revelation and spiritual upgrade. The reason you are required to face this season alone is because the truths about to be revealed cannot survive if filtered through other people's opinions or energies. There are messages and confirmations that are absolutely personal, designed specifically for your spiritual frequency. Allowing anyone else into your receiving space right now would weaken the authority of the message. You are learning a new language, the language of discernment of boundaries without explanation, and of trusting your intuition even without logical proof. This language can only be learned in stillness and complete separation. Understand that your silence right now is not weakness, but strategy. When you do not react or explain, you are protecting precious energy for the breakthrough ahead. Do not feel guilty for guarding your private space, because your highest responsibility at this moment is to protect what is being built within you. The transition phase, the space between two versions. Chosen one, you are standing in a challenging yet sacred position. The gap, the transition between who you were and who you are becoming. This stage often feels uncomfortable because nothing is fully clear. You are no longer the old version, but you have not fully emerged in your new form. Imagine a caterpillar inside the cocoon. It does not become a butterfly by remaining comfortable, but by surrendering to a process that looks like death yet leads to flight. You are shedding old skin while the new has not fully formed. You have left familiar ground but have not yet stepped into the new land. This space may make you feel vulnerable, exposed, and uncertain, but this is where true transformation occurs. God is reshaping, recalibrating, and upgrading you at a depth that cannot happen in casual conversations or before a crowd. Frequency shift and discernment. One of the clearest signs of this process is the shift in your tolerance. Conversations that once seemed fine now drain you. Environments you once navigated easily now feel suffocating, especially drama or pretense that once captured your attention now makes you want to withdraw immediately. Do not blame yourself for being too sensitive or harsh. Your soul has graduated to a new frequency where chaos and dishonesty can no longer resonate. God has adjusted your spiritual antenna so you no longer accept what is considered normal, because normal was never meant to be your permanent place. Through this stillness, you are being taught a new language, discernment. It is the ability to trust what you sense, even without logical proof. You learn to set boundaries without explanation and to walk away without a closing speech. This is preparation, so that when this season ends, you step out with a completely different authority and wisdom. Subtle tests from those around you. During this transition, you may notice subtle tests from one or more people in ways that are difficult to identify. They do not attack aggressively or openly, but use calculated and subtle tactics. It may be comments that reopen old wounds, topics they know will trigger you, or questions that seem innocent but carry judgment. Logically, you may struggle to criticize or push back because everything appears fine on the surface. Yet your soul knows the truth. Your spiritual discernment recognizes what logic cannot prove. You may feel crazy for being unsettled by things that technically are not attacks, but in reality they are sharp blades wrapped in soft words and polite smiles. They are testing whether you will react, defend yourself, or collapse under pressure. The strategic power of silence. God sees all of this, which is why He asks you to remain silent a little longer. Your silence is not weakness or passivity. It is a powerful spiritual weapon. If you react, explain, or defend yourself now, you grant access to people who no longer qualify to enter the next level of your life. The enemy knows God is repositioning you for a greater mission, and since he cannot stop the ordained plan, he will try to distract and exhaust you through emotional reactions. His only goal is to make you break your silence too soon and delay the blessings coming to you. Each time you choose not to argue, not to explain, and not to fall into the reaction trap, you cause the enemy's plan to fail. Stillness is obedience, and obedience positions you for supernatural breakthrough. Not everyone who walked with you through the valley has the right to walk with you to the mountaintop. This separation is protection and wisdom necessary to preserve your inner peace. Releasing guilt. When obedience is misunderstood, one of the greatest barriers the chosen one faces in this transition is guilt pressing on the chest. You may feel selfish, cold, or unkind as you begin withdrawing from familiar relationships. This feeling arises when you are no longer willing to help as before, no longer present at every gathering, or no longer explaining why you have changed. Understand this: boundaries are not betrayal, distance is not rejection, and silence is not cruelty. Protecting your energy may disappoint those accustomed to constant access to your life, but it is protection, not punishment. Do not let others' misunderstandings cause you to doubt your path. Primary responsibility: God and your mission. You are not responsible for managing others' emotions about your obedience to God. You are not obligated to stay small or stagnant to make others comfortable with your presence. Spiritual growth is personal, and you do not have to explain sacred shifts to those still living in old mindsets. Your highest responsibility is to God and the mission entrusted to you. Right now, your task is to guard what God is building within you, even if it means disappointing those who expected you never to change. When you prioritize the divine calling, you prepare for a stronger version of yourself. This version carries confidence without external validation and authority without permission. Trust that this isolation is incubation and your silence is a divine strategy. Do not apologize for becoming who God intended you to be. When the body responds to spiritual weight, chosen one, perhaps lately you feel more exhausted than usual, but this is not fatigue cured by sleep. It is weariness deep in your bones, making you want to cancel plans even when you are not sick. You go to bed early and wake up still drained, wondering if something is medically wrong. In truth, your body is normal. It is responding to spiritual weight. When God downloads new revelations and establishes higher levels of discernment and authority, the physical body interprets it as pressure and heaviness. Your spirit is working overtime to recalibrate and upgrade, so your body needs rest and complete stillness for the process to finish. Emotional waves and new beginnings. Alongside physical fatigue, you may experience waves of emotion without clear cause. You may feel fine, then suddenly tears flow without explanation. Hope rises, then doubt follows. These shifts come and go like tides, not triggered by specific external events. Do not try to force them into logic. What you are experiencing is the pain of the old self dying, so the new self can be born. Both death and birth are messy and painful, yet necessary. You are grieving versions that no longer serve your purpose, releasing attachments and expectations that were never truly yours. This process is not to break you, but to bring you forth. Prophetic dreams and confirming signs. You may also be having vivid dreams, more real than reality. Dreams where you search for something and cannot find it, or try to speak, but no words come. These are not random brain activity, but prophetic communication. The inability to speak in dreams reflects God keeping you silent for a season. Familiar places feeling strange represent shifts in perception. God is also leaving breadcrumbs through repeating numbers, songs appearing at precise moments, or scriptures standing out before your eyes. Each synchronicity is evidence that your journey is not random but divinely orchestrated. This stillness is not empty. It is filled with preparation and divine activity beneath the surface. The revelation of truth and divine intervention. This silent and isolated season is not permanent, but temporary with purpose. Soon the fog of confusion will lift, and what was hidden will be brought to light. God is preparing to expose dark motives, manipulative intentions disguised as concern and envy, hidden behind smiles you could never prove before. You will not need to confront or seek revenge. Your silence and obedience have positioned God to defend you. When He moves, truth will be so clear that it cannot be disputed or twisted. This exposure is not to harm, but to free you and reveal who is worthy to walk with you into the new season. Supernatural breakthrough through obedience. When preparation is complete, you will sense the shift in the spirit before it manifests in reality. Doors that once remained closed will open suddenly. Opportunities and resources you chased will begin to find you. This breakthrough will not come from force or persuasion, but from God's timing colliding with your obedience. The silence you preserved was strategy to accumulate energy and authority. Now your voice will carry different weight, and your words will reach hearts in ways they never did before. The new version, strong, confident, and powerful. You will emerge from this season as a completely different version of yourself, so transformed that even you and those around you will be astonished. You will walk with confidence without worldly validation, speak with authority without permission, and act with wisdom without explanation. Some will struggle to adapt to this upgraded version of you, trying to use your past to provoke guilt or doubt. But God teaches that change is not betrayal, and you owe no one an apology for becoming who He intended. Your inner peace and remarkable growth will be the strongest evidence of this journey. You are ready to carry greater missions because the version formed in silence is the version the world has been waiting for. Dear Chosen One, remember that the isolation you are experiencing is not punishment but preparation. Your stillness is not weakness but obedience. Your separation is not loneliness but divine protection. The strongest version of you is being shaped in these quiet moments, and the world is patiently waiting for the day you step forward in full authority and renewed wisdom. If this message has brought clarity to the turmoil in your mind, peace to the chaos you are facing, or simply confirmation for feelings you could not name, I deeply appreciate your presence here. A small yet meaningful action can help this message reach other chosen ones walking through a silent season like you. Share a line of reflection, or simply write, "I receive this transformation," so we can resonate in energy and encourage one another on this spiritual journey. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next divine instructions along your mission. Thank you for giving your valuable time to listen in stillness. May you remain steadfast, deeply connected to the source, and unwavering in your higher purpose.